inches. So if you want a 40 or you need a 32 or 26 inch TV, then you need to go to LCD. There's no choice.
So, what does LCD look like under a microscope? I've done a little 3D diagram here to show you exactly what it looks like. At the back there you can see a nice cylindrical object. That is the backlighting on the LCD. In between those two is the polarizing filters. They are blue, and in between that is a glass panel, and you can see the red, green and blue. That's the RGB of the pixel. And in between that you can see these rotating cylinders. That's actually the liquid crystal display rotating, and that has to rotate back and forth to open up the pixel for the color to turn off and on to display different colors. So this gives you an insight to the technology of what LCD looks like. Now, relative to what that means is that because the crystals have to twist back and forth, there is a delay in broadcasting, so that's why you get your ghosting and you get your shuttering.
But what about the picture quality? Which one is better? Now, personally myself, I think LCD is better. You can get more pixels in a 42-inch LCD than you can in a plasma. Let me explain that to you. An LCD can have 1920 pixels this way by 1080 pixels this way. A plasma can only have 1366 pixels this way by 768 in a 42-inch version. Same with a 50-inch version as well. So LCDs are 52, plasmas are 50-inch. That is the physical dots along the screen. I was talking about those pixels. Now, the more pixels you have, or the more dots you have on the screen, the better the quality. So LCD has more pixels equals more quality. Now, you think of quality as color, you think of quality as a really nice deep black and a very bright white. Just like my shirt here, you want it nice and bright, and your preference is, okay, well, I want a nice, bright, vibrant, colourful picture. Which one is going to give me that quality? And it really is relative to where you're putting your screen. Now, in a very well lit area, an LCD is going to outperform a plasma. The reason being is that a plasma has a glass fascia, so any light reflecting onto the panel is going to directly reflect. With LCD technology, it doesn't. It has a more smoother fascia at the front, sort of like a satin or a high specular highlight, so the light disperses on the screen, doesn't leave a direct reflection, and gives you a better sight of the screen when there's a lot of light in the picture. Now, in dark situations, plasma outperforms LCD. Plasma isn't affected by darkness, but LCD is. What happens with plasma is that it will display its black as good as it did during the day, and the problem with the light with plasmas is the direct reflection. But with LCD at dark time, what happens is that when the room is not lit at all, what happens is that the backlight on the LCD shines through the panel, and you get your blacks being more of a very light blue, a very dark blue, or a tinge of grey. So LCDs under dark rooms aren't as good, and for me personally, I prefer a really dark black at night, because I watch all my Formula 1, I watch car racing, I watch the footy at night. So for me, plasma's the way to go. But personal preference, you may not watch a lot of things at night time, you may prefer the lights on. So it's really dependent on what one you prefer.
Okay, so here's another diagram at a microscopic level of a plasma. You can see here, sliding behind it is the backing of the plasma, and three little gold lines running through it. They're called the electrodes. They're the things that turn on and off to display the RGB, or the pixel, the color. So when those things turn off and on, the actual what they call the actual pixel, the discharge, the UV lighting, the phosphor lights up, and basically what happens is that those things turn off and on and display the shade. So there's no mechanical things like the LCD. It doesn't have to twist, open and close. The plasma is as quick as electricity. It turns off and on, and that's why you don't get a